And so obviously this is how to structure and track your DFIS business. This is straight out of the Different Success System. And I want you guys to really understand this, take copious notes on this. If you're right now by yourself, you're at a desk, pull out a notebook. There's going to be some nuggets in here that I don't care how long you've been in the business. It's time to really get organized with your business. And to be organized, you got to be running the tools, not just here and there, not just once a week, but every single day. And these are tools that you should have on you or in front of you, accessible almost at any given time. So you always know where you stand in your business. I want everyone to be getting results, but the only way you're going to scale your business is that if you're well organized. And so this is why I want to teach you how to structure your business, guys, so you can track everything. So just keep in mind that the BPM, what you do on Monday, Tuesday nights, or Saturday mornings, and the webinars like this, these trainings are always a supplement to the field. These are not the primary. And if you're looking at difference as like, well, I need better training on the Tuesday nights or Monday nights or Saturday mornings or webinars, but you're not going in the field, that's not the purpose of the business. So to give you an example, that let's say if you're brand new and if you have not done 10 to 20 field training appointments in your first 30 to 45 days, you're really behind. You're struggling. Okay, because this business is won in the field. You got to get out there and get in front of people, see their reactions, deal with skeptical people, overcome objections, so that to see somebody go from skeptic to believer is very important for a new person. I mean, it's very important for anybody, but that's what's going to build your belief. It's not just coming to Monday and Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings. You're going to get some mental lollipops. You'll get a dose of feel good when you come to our trainings, but it's not what's going to help you build your business compared to the field. So 1 hour in the field is equivalent to 10 BPM trainings. So 10 weeks of coming on Monday nights is the same as going on the field for 1 hour, meeting with the prospect and sharing our story. And so the best performers are prolific field trainers. So right now, currently in the company, if you look at Isaac Salcido, look at a Gail Young, you look at a Michelle Franklin, right? Myself, and there's a few others that are starting to pick up their game. But those people that I just mentioned, they are in the field a lot. And right now, someone that I see in the field crazily is Isaac Salcido. He probably does 10, sometimes 20 appointments a week. This is why he's getting a lot of results, because he's building that muscle on how to get results out in the field. And the only way you're going to get good at this business is getting out in the field. This cannot be overemphasized or overstated. Everything that we do here from the office trainings are always to supplement the field. I want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. Okay, don't look at coming to the office as your primary. It is secondary to the field. Cool. I think we all get that. I'm going to go through this quickly, because this is the business pipeline. And if you don't understand it, you're not going to know what to do. And this is really the business. So what you come to the trainings for is to really learn how to master this system right here. This is very important for you to know. So if you look at number one, what is the number one thing for an entrepreneur? Having clients, right? Developing prospects, always adding prospects. And this is why we have the top 25 list. But if you're not adding names on a daily basis, guys, you should be trying to add at least 3 to 5 names a day into your database as potential prospects to go and share our message of hope, opportunity, financial education. If you're not doing that, you're going to struggle. You know, one of the biggest challenges with many entrepreneurs, even in our business, is that most of you don't talk to enough people. You actually talk to too few of people, and you're wondering why your business is not growing. I get rejected every day, but I'm always talking to anywhere between 15 to 25 people at any given time. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that say, no, thank you, not interested, they reject me, I don't lose sleep over that. I don't get emotional over it. Because I'm talking to so many people, and because the law of averages, I'm running multiple numbers, I'm going to get a vast percentage of those people to say yes to something. If I'm only talking to 3-4 people in a week or in a month, and they're all telling me no, yes, you're going to be discouraged. Yes, you're going to believe that this business doesn't work because you're just talking to too few of people. So you got to ramp up your contacts, right? This is a contact sport. So you got to be talking to people. And what I recommend you do, and take notes on this, you should be talking to anywhere between 15 to 25 people at any given time that you're following up with, that you're touching base with, that you're setting appointments with at any given time. And if you're not doing that, I'm telling you, you're not going to have a business. You're going to struggle. And since we're heavily centralized here in the San Diego, Southern California area, and there's like 1 million people in any direction you turn, there shouldn't be any reason why most of you here can't be talking to 25 people at any given time. And if you're not doing that, I want to challenge you to do so that you can have the law of averages numbers working in your favor. If you want to grow a business right now, if you're not willing to do that, then I got to tell you, you may be in the wrong industry, because this is a contact sport. So I want you guys to know that you got to be prospecting for that. There's many ways to do that. You can go to meetup.com meetings. You can do it through social media, contacting people, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can get referrals from the people that you know. You can sit with the people that you know. You can do cold prospecting by talking to people in a bank line, a grocery store line, a Starbucks line. There's always ways to be connecting with people. You should be prospecting your waiter, your waitress. Talk to people about what you're doing. And if you don't know what to say, that's why we created the Words of Our Business webinar. And that's located right now, right? That's located right now in my YouTube channel. We've posted it on the Facebook page before, and I'll be willing to post it again so that people can learn the words of what to say when you're talking to people. But everything starts with prospects. This is the most important thing that we do here every day. Now, once you get a prospect list, you have to know how to make phone calls. That's number 2. You know, some people like to text, some people like to email. You shoot direct message through Facebook Messenger or Instagram. You DM people, direct message, LinkedIn message. Those work, but at the end of the day, you still got to get on the phone, okay? You got to learn how to get somebody on the phone and voice-to-voice contact so that they hear your tone and your intention, and you hear their voice and you hear their intention. Many people are afraid of the phone, and I'm telling you, that's just wrong. At 2018, people leverage technology. I'll tell you right now that the phone is still the #1 tool to build your business and making contacts. This is why we have 3 scripts. So if you've been here a month and you're like, I don't even know the scripts, that's why you don't have a business. 3 scripts: the help me script for your warm market, the invitation script to invite people to the BPMs, business presentation meetings that we have Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights in Yuma, Saturday mornings here in San Diego. Right? That's the invitation script. And the 3 good quality script is for you as a leader to help your new teammate get results by setting appointments for them with the 3 good quality script. So write those down right now. If you're still unaware of what the help me script, the invitation script, and the 3 good quality script is, that's what number 2 is about. Learning how to schedule appointments. And the person with the most appointments is going to win. Period. If you want to make $10,000 a month here and you're like, I'm only doing 1 appointment every 2 weeks, you are delusional, okay? That's just not going to work, right? Your work ethic has to be congruent with the results you're trying to get. You want to be making $10,000 a month? Man, you got to be doing 10, 20 appointments a week, 10 on the minimum. And that's not a lot. If you look at it, that's 10 to 20 hours a week. You can do that part-time. So that's what number 2 is. Number 3 is an invitation or presentation. So if you're inviting people to the office, you don't have to do the presentation, because the leader that's doing the BPM that night, whether it's myself, Isaac, Gordon Chavez, we will present to your guests for you to help you build your business. But you also have to know how to do a formal and informal presentation. So the informal presentation is the napkin presentation. You got to know how to close that, how to get someone to do a second appointment. Okay, the formal presentation is you get through field experience. Once you've done 10 to 20 field training appointments in the field, you're going to know how to ask the right questions. You're going to know how to close business, how to get, results. So that is what the field is. Now, the purpose of a first appointment is to get a second appointment. So number 4 is following up. You got to know how to follow up with people. And following up is like, hey, it was good to see you on Tuesday. I want to confirm our appointment for today at 4 o'clock. And once you follow up, you get together with them again. That prospect is either going to become a referral partner, and that means they might just get their license and just refer you people and split business, or they're just going to refer you people because now they know what you do. They're going to become a client because they want to take advantage of the complimentary 6-step process, or they want to become an associate because they see the value of becoming an entrepreneur in our industry. Those 3 things are going to happen if you follow up. And I'll tell you, follow-up is the biggest weakness for many entrepreneurs. You don't follow up with people. This is why you got to keep a database. Once someone says, I want to get into the business, then you have to start leveraging 5 through 9. That's where myself comes in to help you. That's why I'm here in this role, along with Isaac, along with Gail, along with our other leaders here, is to do the RMD interview. So when someone says, okay, I want to get the ball rolling, come leverage it with me, right? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help push them in so that I'm helping you build your business. Because remember, at the end of the day, if you're not winning, we're not winning. So we want to help you win. And we do not count somebody in until they do their $99.99 AMA. That stands for Associate Membership Agreement. So nobody's really in the business until they put some skin in the game. And $100 to start a business, it's not a lot. So when someone says, okay, I got a new associate, my question is, did they do their AMA yet? Meaning, did they pay their $99.99? And if they say, no, not yet, I'm like, then you don't have a new associate yet, right? You still have somebody that's feeling this out. So until they put skin in the game, they're not in the business. Now, once they put skin in the game, now we got to get them through our field training program. And that's called the Fast Start. Get them qualified for Fast Start School, where they have to do a top 25 list, at least 3 units of activity, practice what they preach. And we want them to do at least 10 to 20 field training appointments in their first 30 to 60 days. Okay, that's important. And so that's what number 8 is. So while they're going through the field training, coming to the weekly trainings on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturdays, depending on where they're at, what office, what team they're in, we want them to be going through licensing. So while they're getting trained in the field, they're simultaneously studying for their exam, their life insurance exam through the state that they reside in. So once they go through field training and they're getting the experience of in the field with a great trainer, which is the way to go, and they pass their license, now they're going to move to number 9, where they learn to actually make sales. They learn how to implement a strategy, how to put an IUL or a term policy, a whole life, right? Deal with a business owner, do a rollover of a 401k, start an IRA. Once they are in the field enough and they come to train enough, they're going to know how to do transactions independently. And that's what you guys all want. Every one of you should be wanting to be independent of your leadership. Okay, if you're still depending on your leadership to teach you everything, and you've been here for 6 months, I can tell you that you're not in the field enough. So you really need to get on the field, because we're not here, right, to just babysit you forever. At some point, you got to get out there and you got to be totally independent. And the only way you're going to do that is by doing it. And once you get good at it, you're going to know how to go out there and feed yourself. That means you're going to know how to go out there and make money by helping clients. And that's going to lead to cash flow. Whatever your goals are, you should know. And if you don't know this, get with your leadership. We train on this. You should know, like, what do I need to do to make $3,000 a month part-time, $5,000 a month part-time, $10,000 a month part-time? If you don't know exactly what that means on what it looks like, you're never going to hit the target. So what is your cash flow goal? And if you're like, well, I just want to make more money, that's not a realistic goal. Have a goal, whether you want to make 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 per month, whether you're doing it part-time, full-time. You should know exactly where your target is. How many appointments do I need to do? How many pieces of business do I need to write? What is the exact amount of points or target premium that I need to hit in order for me to hit my income goals? And if you don't know that, get with someone. So you say, Carlo, I want to hit $5,000 a month. What do I need to focus on? What do I need to write in terms of my contract level to hit that goal? Because you should be making money at whatever contract level you're at. Okay, don't make no mistake. People think, well, once I get to a higher contract level, I'll be making more money. No, that's not true. You should be able to make money at whatever contract level you're at, right? That's how you're going to get promoted. So that leads to cash flow, and then again, that's going to lead to lifestyle. So once you know how to do these 11 steps properly, you can now teach other people how to run these 11 steps. And that's where duplication comes in. And that's where freedom comes in, because now you have people in your agency that are independent of you that know how to get these results. This is why we're doing this webinar. The rapid, relentless repetition of these simple things leads to an inevitable explosion. Rapid means quick. Relentless means you have tenacity, okay? You're focused on this, and you're going to do it over and over. That's what repetition is, until this thing explodes. And it will. Trust me, I'm proof of that. I ran the same system. This is why you guys are on this webinar right now, because of this system. I didn't invent this. I just followed it. So I hope you guys understand that. So what tools that you need to know how to use is you need to know how to use the top 25 list. It's a simple list that is easy to track names and numbers, and even more simple to duplicate. You got to know the captain system. Driving predictability in your business ensures success. So if you run the numbers, the law of averages always works in your favor. Make no mistake about it. So you want to have predictability. You don't want to just throw stuff on the wall and see what sticks. You don't want to set unrealistic goals. Run a system, and the system will build your business. I promise you. The 8-speed filter checklist, which is the most powerful tool that we have, in my opinion. Well, it's actually not my opinion, it's a fact. It's how to drive new associates through the different success system and identify players and non-players quickly, so we can filter them in or out of your business. Don't you want to work with people that are serious, or do you want to babysit people? You want to work with people that are serious. So how do you know someone's serious? Are they driving themselves through the 8-speed filters? And if they're not, they're probably not the person that you're going to be focused on. Doesn't mean that they're not going to eventually get there, but you want to work with people who are serious now. And the 8-speed filters tells you. And then the production grid, which is, it tracks all written business that's in your base shop, that's your agency, at all times to track points. It tracks promotions. It tracks the players, right? One thing I didn't add there, it tracks cash flow and quality assurance to ensure that the different success system is actually functioning properly in your business. Very important, these 4 tools. Now, if you've been here 3 months and you're looking at this list right now and you're like, I have no idea what these are, then we're failing you, and we need to get that fixed right away, okay? All of these tools, by the way, are located in the back office of DFISdream.com under resources that you can print out at any given time. And I suggest that you have blank copies of this to last you every week of every year, okay? So let's go over the top 25 list, because now I'm going to go through those tools in order so you see them. Always add names and numbers to your top 25 list, and never eliminate them. I see associates that when you prospect, you put names on scratch pieces of paper, you put them in your phone. You have them like, it's like a shotgun. They're like kind of everywhere, but they're not organized in one central location. That's the purpose of the top 25 list, so that you have a database that is right there, number by number, step by step. And then you keep a file of every single top 25 list of yours, and every one of your teammates as well. You want to ensure that your teammates know how to use this tool and are utilizing it. Otherwise, none of your teams are making phone calls, none of your teammates. So the goal, and here's the challenge I have for you, your goal is to create a brand new top 25 list weekly. And many people say, wow, that's going to be difficult. No, it's not. Once you get good at this, you can get 3 to 5 names and numbers almost on a daily basis within 30 minutes. Without even leaving your desk, just on a phone call, just through social media. It doesn't mean that that person, you're looking for someone that is interested in your client services or interested in the business. It just means that you have a name and number that you're going to contact. Always be adding names, never eliminate them, and always be making phone calls. So here's an example of what a top 25 list should look like. And so remember this is very important tool. And I think many people are like, yeah, Carlo, I get it. I don't know what top 25 list, but I don't think people really psychologically understand the magnitude of this tool. And so this is what it should look like. Notice we have first name, last name. RFA stands for, are they a relative, friend, or an associate, such as like an acquaintance? So when I'm looking at a teammates list, I know that these are relatives. I know that these are friends. I know that this might be an acquaintance. I want their phone number. And then very important here, I want their data. I want to be profiled, right? So you see how these are 8-pointers and then 7-pointers and 6-pointers and 5-pointers and 4-pointers. I want it in that numerical order. Why? Because I want to sit in the right market first. And I challenge you to do not take appointments if they're not qualified. Don't waste your time with people who are not in the right market, because that's what you'll be doing. You're just wasting your time, right? You're not going to go sell ice to Eskimos, right? They don't need it. So why are you going to go sit with the 22-year-old who's living at home with his mom who doesn't have a job, and you want to go talk to him or her about building a business? That's a waste of your time. Now, if there's an exception to that rule, but if that person is serious, have them come to the office, have them prove themselves, because they're not in the right market. Who should you be sitting with? Look at these 8 points. Number one, you want to be sitting with people that are 25 years or older. That's why you circle 1. You want to be sitting with people that are married. That's why you circle 2. You want to sit with people that have children. Why? 25 years older, married, children, because they're serious about their finances. And the things that we offer as a company in terms of our products and services for this demographic, in terms of 25 years or older, married, children, homeowner, and they have to have an income, they need what we offer. They don't just want them, they need them. So I want to be in a position where I'm not wasting my time so that I can provide value and close business. I'm not going to sit with anybody that's not in that market. I just won't take that appointment. And you should be the same too. It's not personal, it's business, guys, right? Our time is the most valuable thing. And if we're wasting it, you're wasting gas money, you're wasting time, sometimes with the wrong people, and you're going to get discouraged. And like, I don't know if this difference business works. And it's not that the difference business works, it's just that you're not in the right market. Trust me on this. So these 8 points, they have to have 25 years or older, married, children, homeowner, income. 6, are they ambitious? 7, are they dissatisfied with their current job? And 8, are they entrepreneurial minded? And here I want their 3 good qualities: outgoing, good with people, entrepreneur minded, and they have integrity, social, bilingual. So if I am making a phone call for a teammate to do the 3 good quality script, and say I'm calling David Auberry, I know that David Auberry is a hard worker. He's down to earth, very passionate person. So when I talk to him, I'm going to utilize those 3 good qualities that my new associate, who doesn't know the words, doesn't know how to set appointments, I'm going to help that new associate by calling David Auberry for him, utilizing those 3 good qualities to make a connection and set an appointment for my new associate. This tool right here cannot be overemphasized. I want to get them in the field right away. So when I bring a new associate on board, I say, hey, who of your top 25 list that you just would love to work with in a business like ours? I call them a hot recruit. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to be interested, and doesn't mean that they're a fit. I just want to identify who is a person that they would want to collaborate with if they do have them. And so in this case, it says Mike Smith, which is number 1. He's going to be one of the first appointments that we're going to do. Who's your 2 a.m.er? The 2 a.m.er is if your car were to break down at 2 in the morning and you don't call Uber and you're going to call a friend, what friend of yours would just get out of bed at 2 in the morning and come down and pick you up, no problem? That's Janet Rio. So then we're going to call Janet, because that's going to be another easy unit of activity and easy appointment. Who's your best friend that, you know what, someone that you're really close with, you got a lot of credibility with? Oh, that's David Auberry. So I want to get my new associate in the field those first 3 to maybe 4 appointments in the first 5 days in the business. That's what a super fast start is. I want to get them experience quickly. The leader's responsibility is to do this, but you as the associate, the new associate, they have to know how to put this tool together. It's very important. And if you're not doing it to this degree right now, you need to change it so that you can maximize your results. I hope you just got what I meant by this top 25 list. Making phone calls daily. Remember, I said utilize the 3 scripts that we use daily: the help me script, the invitation script, and the 3 good quality script. You don't got to learn 25 scripts here. It's just 3, and they work very well if you use them. And if you're like, well, I don't know them yet, then listen to the words of our business webinar over and over until mastery. That's why we did the webinar. So you can listen to it in your car. You can listen to it on when you're going for a jog, right from your phone. It's a YouTube video that you can listen to it until your ears bleed. And you should be not only practicing it, but you should practice it with your teammates so that they know the words too. Why? Because you got to get the habit of making phone calls daily in your business, right? Nothing drives me crazy than an entrepreneur, if you want to call them that, who is not really every day consistently and trying to build their business. And they're doing everything except building their business. And building our business here is making phone calls every day to set appointments so that we can go share our message of hope and opportunity. It's about putting butts in chairs so that we can put eyeballs on presentation. And the only way you're going to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is by making a phone call and picking up that phone and dialing 10 numbers and getting someone to say, yes, I will sit with you. If you're not doing that every day, you do not have a business. Okay, very important. Captain system. This is a tool for the BPM, right? So we have people like Francis Reyes right now who's getting guests every BPM lately, Thomas Padilla, because they're utilizing this tool and they're driving numbers. So the captain system ensures predictability of the law of averages in the favor of the growth of your business. It also identifies the players, the action takers in your base shop. So you as a leader are constantly identifying who your next rabbits are so you can lock onto them and build them. So let's say you had 10 people in your team. Well, you cannot spend equal time with all 10 people. You're going to spend time with the people that are taking action, that are on the phone, making phone calls, inviting people, because this shows that they're serious. Why? Because their actions speak louder than their words. And by running the captain system, the recruiting machine in your business in terms of building your agency is alive and well. We call it 10-3-1. So for every 10 confirmations, and a confirmation is something that says, hey, Carlo, yes, I will show up Monday night at 6:30. Hey, I will show up Saturday morning. Thank you for the invite. That's a confirmation. Your goal, because we have 2 BPMs a week, 3 if you really think about it here in San Diego, your goal during your lunch break, during the morning, right, is to make phone calls. And on top of your personal appointments is to also drive guests to the BPM, the business presentation meeting. Put them in front of the BPM speakers, such as myself, such as an Isaac Salcido, such as a Gordon Chavez, where while you're getting training in the room downstairs, upstairs, they're sitting down with a leader that can influence their mind to teach them about our great company, our services, the vision of our company, the extraordinary ideas that we're working with. That's going to influence them while you're brand new getting training. Your business is being built in the next room for you. That's running a system. And so the goal every week should be, I need to get 10 confirmations. And until you build that muscle, don't get off the phone. And I can tell you right now, this is where the biggest challenge is right now. And if we start running this, it's going to make a tremendous impact almost immediately. It takes about a month to really build the muscle of the captain system. Not just 1 week. You got to do it consistently every week until it becomes habit. And so here's how it looks like. Okay. Here's how it looks like. This is the captain system sheet. So this is also in our back office. So an example is, let's say we call this guest. Her name is Salma Smith. Hey, Salma, right? I just started a company. I'm using the invitation script. I just started a company. I'd love for you to see what I'm doing. That way you can be a great referral source for me. Can you help me with that? Yeah, sure, I can help you with that, Carlo. Okay, I have Tuesday night at 6:30 or Saturday morning at 9:30. Oh, Tuesday night works well. Great, thank you so much for helping me, Salma. I'll go ahead and put you down as a guest. So we put her name, number, and the invitee's name. So in this case, it says Erin. And then I want to know who is Erin's leadership, right? Who's the upline? What base shop is she a part of? So you see, these are the guests, and then a leader, such as myself, is going to call and confirm these guests. That way it drives attendance more. So an example would be like, ring, ring, ring. Hello. Hi, is this Salma? Yes, this is Salma. Hi, Salma. My name is Carlo. I'm a supervisor here at Difference Financial. Aaron put you down on our guest list for tonight on to our Money 101 class. We just wanted to ensure that you had the address, ensure your attendance so that we can reserve a chair for you, and that you knew the attire was business casual. Oh, yes, yes, I'll be there. I got the time. I got the address. I'll be there. Great. Now that is a confirmation. So if we confirm all 10 and all 10 say they're going to be there, guess what? Only 3 of them are going to show up because that's human nature. That's why we call it 10-3-1. And the 1 means out of the 3 that show up, 1 is going to be like, I really like what you guys are doing here. I'd like to learn more about the business. That's their choice, not ours. But our system, this is how it produces. This is the factory. If you're not running this right now, I want to challenge you to build this muscle. If you're frustrated, if you're not happy with your bank account, if you're not happy with where your business is, if you're not happy with where your financial life is currently, I can assure you that by running this predictable tool in your Difference business, this is part of the Difference success system, you will begin to get tremendous results in a matter of 30, 60, 90 days. 90 days will change your life with this tool. Your income's going to skyrocket. It'll almost quadruple because you'll be so busy, you're dizzy because of all the activity that you're going to have in your business. And that is what I want for each and every one of you so that you can go out there and win. That's what we're here to do. So this is a tool to help you track it. The 8-speed filter checklist, my favorite tool, it drives recruiting, production, activity in your business. It quickly filters new associates in and out of your business so that you can identify the rabbits, right? The rabbits are the ones that are like, I'm moving fast. I don't do it based on personality just because I like somebody better. I do it based on results. And as a leader, that's who you're going to focus on working with. If I'm moving fast, I want to work with those new associates that are moving fast because money loves speed. I want to move fast. I ain't got time to wait on people. So if you have a new associate that's like, well, I got a lot going on this week, and I can't do the top 25 list. So you know what? I can't do those appointments on Thursday because I got softball practice. Then you got to filter them out. It's not personal. It's just, look, we either want to get people going or we got to get them going. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time trying to chase people to go out there and win for themselves and their families. You ain't got no time for that. Your job here is not to motivate people. Just go find people who are already motivated. And by running the 8-speed filter checklist, it identifies based on actions and results who's serious. And that's who you know who to focus on. The next picture will depict that. It drives predictability, which equals cash flow in your pocket, because the business needs to move forward. And the only way you're moving it forward is if there's profitability. So what does that look like? So check this out. This is the 8-speed filter checklist, okay? This is an example of May 2016. So you always want to put the month and year, right? Here's our team, Empower Team. And between May 1st and the 15th, we have 10 new associates in the business. Now, the job is to get them qualified for Fast Start School. So we're just going to move them from left to right. So I want to know the day they came on board. So we want to fast start them within 24 to 48 hours from the AMA. That means they're $99.99. I want to get to them quickly. And we want to make them a client within the first 7 to 10 days in the business. This is how you build your business. So an example, let's look at this guy, Mike Gonzalez. Okay, if he's married, we want to meet the spouse. Why do we want to meet the spouse? Because if Mike is serious, we need to know that his spouse is in full support emotionally of Mike building his business. If we can get them to work together, great. But if you do not have a supportive spouse, I'm going to tell you right now that you probably cannot work with that person because it's going to cause a lot of tension at home. And we're not here to break marriages apart. So we need to know right away, do we have spousal support or not? And if not, I'm going to suggest that you probably can't work with that person because it's just going to be a tug of war, and that's going to rob you a lot of your time. So find out, hey, we meet the spouse. Obviously, non-applicable means they're not married. Once we meet the spouse, we want to fast start them. We call it the fast start appointment. And that fast start appointment is where A new associate does their $99.99 and they're like, okay, Carlo, now what? Okay, let's sit down together. Let me show you how the system works and let's get you qualified for Fast Start School. And we remember that Fast Start appointment where you learn about the system and you got to do a top 25 list, 3 units of activity. You got to practice what you preach. That's called the Fast Start appointment. And then from there, we're going to focus on their financial plan first, if needed and suitable. If they're already practicing what they're preaching, they're already saving money, they have the right policy, they have the right coverage, they're saving for retirement. We're not going to replace anybody's policy or give them something that they don't need that's not suitable. It just turns out, fortunately, most people are not protected. Most people do not have anything set up for the retirement. So if they're going to be going out there teaching people how to do that, they might as well do that themselves. And we're going to help them save money at whatever level they can. And so they're going to become a client. So before you take them out in the field, make sure that they complete their financial plan first. Not only does that help that new associate practice what they preach, but it also monetizes your business, because now you're monetizing your business and it's moving forward. You want to collect the top 25 list of that new associate from their warm market. Why? Because that's how they're going to set appointments out in the field for training appointments. So now they're going to go out there and they have a database to go do their 10, 20 training appointments that they're going to take you, the trainer, so you can duplicate yourself and teach them how to get results. And that's going to lead to more business partners. That's going to lead to more clients, rollovers, IULs. It's going to be great. That's why you need that database, okay? And then we have the 3 units of activity. The 3 units of activity. So a unit of activity is either a guest that new associate brings or invites to a BPM on a Monday, Tuesday, or Saturday morning, Wednesday night if you're in Yuma, or a sit-down one-on-one. That is what a unit of activity consists of, either a guest or a one-on-one appointment. And we want to challenge them to do 3 of them within their first week. Why? Because that is driving the speed of your business, and we're constantly getting in front of people. We want to get them started on licensing, because if they're not licensed, they can't make money, and you don't have a business if you don't have a licensed agent. So let's get them started on licensing. We already have the process down for Arizona and California. And if they do it within the first 7 days, so for example, if Mike comes on board 5/1 and by 5/7, he's already completed all of this, then he gets the sprint award. So notice, out of these 10, who are the people as a leader that I want to work with? I'm going to work with Mike and Gail. Why? Because look, they went through this quickly. They got the sprint award. So it shows that they're serious based on their actions. Now, the other ones, am I going to give up on them? No. But in terms of who I'm going to focus most of my time with, I'm going to focus on Mike and Gail. Why? Because they're coachable and they're willing to move fast. And these other ones, I'm either going to filter them in or I'm going to filter them out. It's very unemotional. It's very unbiased. This tool tells me, the business system tells me who to focus on. I'm not going to use my own judgment. Oh, because you know what? I just like Paul Smith better than I like Mike. So I'm going to work with Paul, even though he hasn't done anything. It's the biggest mistake, right? People work with people just because they like them, right? I'm telling you right now, work with people because they get results, because they're dedicated to the business. And this is why you have to learn the people skills, because if, let's say, Mike is a difficult personality, you got to learn how to work with people to move the business forward. This is not just a social club. This is a business, and you're here to invest in people who are serious about building a business, that not just people that want to just come here and socialize. And sometimes you have people in your team that they love to come to the trainings, but they're more socialites, right? They love to talk it up. They love to connect, and they're fun. They just don't get around to doing nothing sometimes. And so you don't want to be investing in people like that. It's nothing personal. They're just not serious about really building a business, and you don't have time for that. You're here to win. I'm not trying to do the 40-year route. I want to get this done in the next 5 to 10 years and build a successful business. And so this tool is going to help you do that. I know I'm talking fast, but I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying, because this is a lot of clarity for some of you to be like, wow, I'm really starting to get this. The production grid is tracking your business. So when you do business and you write an app, whether it's a term policy, a whole life, an IUL, a rollover, an index annuity, you got to know how to track that. In the production grid, it tracks all the business written by all associates in your base shop for that given month. The production grid, it shows you if you're in the right market or not and who the true players are in your base shop. I want to know, I want to separate the doers from the talkers. And the doers sometimes don't talk that much because they're too busy doing. And the results will show, and that's who I want to focus on. It all, again, it identifies rabbits. You must invest time with the right people, exclamation point, exclamation point. Again, you're starting to see the theme here. It also tracks the number of apps written in your business, right? In your base shop. It tracks points, which equal promotions, which equal cash flow. So this is a powerful tool. Again, you can get this in the back office. So here's an example. So notice how Mike Gonzalez was on the top 25 list before. He became a client. So I wrote him up. It did a $250,000 IUL. He's putting $200 a month. So that's 2,400 points. This tells you right here. So we had 10 associates. Now we have 10 clients. This is the business, right? So as an agent, I'm going to focus on, okay, who are the writing agents? So in this case, obviously, other than myself, right, I'm going to focus on, okay, who is writing here? So we see, okay, Mike Gonzalez. So I know Gail Young. And notice how Mike and Gail are showing up. And remember, they were the ones that got through the filters fast because, and these pieces of business are from their units of activity. So you see how everything begins to correlate and you start to connect dots. We got Paul Coronado, right? But notice how Mike and Gail show up the most. So as a leader, I'm going to be focused on building Mike and Gail because they're the ones that are out there making things happen. And we're actually converting and we're writing business. So by the end of the month, we did 38,000 points. Now, 38,000 points, let's say you're a regional marketing director at 55%, right? You're bringing $15,000 to $20,000 a month into the business that month in commissions. That is a business. Now, we are converting the system into cash, and the production grid lets you know exactly where your business stands. This is why you have to have this tool every single day. So you're looking at it. And if so, my point to this, right, is that if you're not doing this, this is what you need to be doing on a daily basis. You should have right now a production grid. And if it's already, what's today? August 17th, and you have no production in your difference business, I'm going to ask you, what have you been doing for the last 17 days? And I can tell you what you haven't been doing. You haven't been making phone calls. You haven't been inviting guests, and you haven't been doing any appointments. That's why you have zero production. But if you look at right now, we see Isaac, who's just been cranking. He is running the system, right? Isaac Salcido, marketing director, he's making phone calls on a daily basis. He's helping his teammates with phone calls. He's doing their units of activity to push them through Fast Start School. And there's business being generated, rollovers, IULs. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And that's the proper utilization of your time. So one of my last slides here is mastering your time. If you're part-time, which many of you are part-time, how many appointments are you doing per week, whether you're a trainee or you're doing your own? Let me give you the standard. You should be doing minimum of 5 appointments per week. That's only 5 to 10 hours in your business. You should be doing a minimum of 5. And if you're not making enough calls. You're not making enough contacts. And it's not that you don't have time. It's just you're not utilizing your time properly. If you're full-time and difference is your thing, if you're not doing between 10, I think 10 is the slow end, be honest with you. You got to be up in the 20 plus. That's about 3 to 4 appointments a day. That's not difficult, right? That's only 4 hours a day. And people are like, that's a long time, right? 4 to 8 hours if you're running a business. That's what you should be doing, okay? And you should be doing phone zone daily, whether you're part-time or full-time. You should be making anywhere between 10 to 25 calls per day to set appointments. And what does that mean? That means either setting up for a one-on-one appointment to show them one-on-one, the napkin presentation, the 6 steps, or inviting them to a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday morning at your local office to see the presentation from another leader. And at the end of the day, this is the business, okay? You are either on appointments or you're setting them. That's it. You're either on appointments or you're setting them. If you're not doing those two things on a daily basis in your business, you're not doing the business. So I really want to emphasize that, because I want you to check yourself on your time. Are you caught up in just being busy, or are you actually being productive? Focus on income producing activity. And income producing activity in our business is either making a phone call to set an appointment, or you're actually sitting in an appointment to show someone the business so that you can get business going. Okay, so I think I went through that fairly quickly. Let me get back here. I hope you guys got value from that. Please feel free to comment. I'm going to edit this video so that people see it, right? This is going to go into the back office, and this is going to go up onto the Facebook page. I think it was a great webinar. I love sharing this kind of information. It's what people need to learn right now. Again, those tools can be downloaded, the PDFs in the back office of dfisdream.com. So you to access, you can print them out at any given time and be utilizing the tools. So now you know, if you're not using the tools, you're not going to get results, right? And the tools are duplicatable. That means not only do you know how to master them, but your teammates know how to master them. So with that, thank you guys for your time. I hope you got a lot of value from this, and we'll see you guys on the next webinar. Okay, feel free to give me your feedback, because I want to make sure that this is good training. Have a great day.